According to this, it says I'm live. I guess we're live. Hey guys, welcome to another Plasticast. I'm joined here by Megamus.
What's up?
Don's supposed to show up later, and not really sure about Sideburn. I think he's still out chasing little red cars. Something about computers too. Oh no! What is that noise?
I told you I have a severe weather storm warning.
Yeah.
I even muted it, and it didn't help. So, and here it comes.
Technology. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Not a drip in the sky. Now it's pouring down rain. Yeah, that's our luck.
Hey, when it rains, it pours, right?
Yeah, it is right now.
Speaking of raining and pouring, I like to call this the end of sign times whenever it comes to the end of the line things, when we start seeing a Cosmos show up in every toy line. Earthspark recently released this, Hasbro released this thing for Earthspark, and it is Cosmos. The new Cosmos. I'm going to do a screen share here. There we go. And boy, does he look doofy. Doesn't he look like a little dweeb driving or something?
This is like a I don't know. What's the age on this? Like 3 through 12?
Probably.
I mean, ugh. The last Cosmos we got, I really liked. I just want a missing link. That's all.
Yeah.
Give me that. I'll be okay.
I mean, okay, first off, the Earthspark packaging, you know, it's supposed to be a quick transformation type of thing. We get it, because, you know, it's for the younger crowd. I think it's kind of funny and doopy. This it's not something I'm going to purchase, but I'm glad it's going to exist, maybe.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something about it. I've got other pictures of it actually out of package, because this is just a package picture. I'll bring up that real quick. And it kind of makes me laugh. Like, I'll show you his alt mode first, because seriously, it just reminds me of a flying top hat, which I think is hilarious. It kind of does the G1 thing where his head just kind of shoves in, you know. But, I mean, we've seen worse. I think he's funny.
Like the first thing I see is 3 fingers sticking out in the front. And if you know anything about G1, they're supposed to be in the back because they're thrusters. So in my opinion, we're looking at the back of the body.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's funny. Maybe they're just trying to opt out and say they're guns this time.
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
I mean, he's probably not going to be that big, because you can see how big the ball joints look like. I mean, roughly, I think this thing's supposed to be close to a little bigger than Core Class, something like that. Kind of like was it like a basic class that we used to have back in the day? The little larger ones? Hey! We just had a magical dawn appear!
Hey guys, I was having dinner. It was a very bad day at work.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
So, it's fine. It's fine.
Well,
but,
you know what doesn't give you a bad day? Looking at the flying top hat.
Actually, give me a bad day.
Well, it's a little warm in here. Also, this is where Hank's litter box is, so I need the breeze. But also, I wanted to show off this.
Okay, let me
Well, Oh, GoBots.
Oh, that is sweet.
And this is the opened one.
Oh, so you have one in box too.
I just got it. Hang on, let me get it. I forgot. I forgot.
I see it.
Showing y'all. You saw it?
No, we
I
see the
it
box
in the
up
corner.
there.
I can see it
Oh.
up there.
There.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me get it.
It's only because I know what it looks like.
Not many people seen this thing. It's kind of an obscure thing. This one here's like really. I mean, to me, this is like one of those niche things. When it came to GoBots, was something like this.
Right. But I just wanted to show off how incredible the box is. Factory original tape, never opened.
Wow.
And the kicker of everything. Look where it's from.
Oh wow.
Where's it from? I can't
Service
see.
merchandise.
Because I worked at Service Merchandise for 3 years as an electronics manager. I ran a
You do know I worked at Service in the camera department.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran a $6 million electronics department in Raleigh, North Carolina, with them. And so yeah, I found the boxed one, and I had an eBay gift card from my mother-in-law from 2 years ago, because I was saving it for, okay, this never shows up. If I don't get this now, I'm not getting one. And then that one showed up. Paid a little more than I wanted to, but with shape of the box, and when I got it, I was like, I can never open this. I don't want to open it, but I'll keep an eye out for a loose one. Well, the same week that came in, this showed up on eBay, and it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it was $80 regular buy it now. I put a watch on it. He sent an offer of $59.99. I replied back, I'm going to offer $45 because the shape that it's in, I don't even know if it's going to transform or work. Not trying to lowball you. I'm just saying I'm taking a big chance on that. He accepted it, and so now I have at least a loose one to open and have in robot mode beside this one. So I'm just, and the kicker, I mentioned this when I was on RSC, the kicker is it came from Service Merchandise, which is something we joke about that I mention in every show.
Makes it even better.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to show that off. So how's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got
I guess
tornado warnings now.
Oh.
Updated to tornado.
Well,
Yeah,
there was
great.
there was one time on RFC a while before I joined. Y'all remember JD? Y'all remember JD Church?
Yes.
He lived in Oklahoma City. He had to get off of the podcast and go to his tornado shelter in his basement because they called for a warning. Is when there's one sighted, correct? Yeah, there was one sighted like 5 miles away from where he lived or something like that. So, yeah, I get that. I get that. So, what's topic? What are we doing?
We were talking
What's up?
cancellations, and I was kind of making.
we were.
Yeah.
We were making. Okay, good.
So
good.
that's why I
we all
brought
have
up the flying top hat, because this thing has always been the bane of almost every canceled line ever. Is this poor? This poor character.
I thought you meant flying top hat. I thought you meant my ceiling fan. I thought that's what you were talking about. I didn't realize you were talking about the new Earthspark Cosmos. That looks really great, and hopefully we can actually find it. Because I found only 2 sound waves, and that's it.
When I saw the sound wave, the first thing I thought was G2 Dreadwing. It straight looks
I'm
like
sure.
G2 Dreadwing to me.
Yeah, I am sure there's some inspiration there.
Yeah.
But I got the only 2 sound waves I saw and the only hashtag I saw. Now, I've got the Japanese version of hashtag, which is therefore a very short period of time, a website I use had them in stock and free shipping from Japan. And not just that, DHL Magical International shipping. DHL domestic, as we all know, sucks. Domestic DHL is terrible.
Mhm.
DHL International, it's this magical thing that's probably breaking the laws of physics. I've literally ordered stuff on a Friday and I've had it for Wednesday for the next show from Japan.
Yeah, I saw, like I said, the only one I ever saw was that Soundwave, which I probably should have picked up just because it looked like Dreadwing so much.
Yeah, yeah. And he was the only. He and hashtag were the only figures in that assortment. I saw Bumblebee months prior at Walmart in solid case packs. The assortment that had the re-releases of the other figures, only 1 sound wave and 1 hashtag. Everything else in the case of 8 was the original figures.
Yeah.
Nicholas, you got a lot of static.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with his computer. He's
Okay. All
having
right.
issues. His new one
Okay.
was giving him issues. I swear,
Yeah, I'm
he's...
still on the standby.
Yeah.
What stag are you getting from the microphone itself?
Yeah, it sounds like wind is hitting the microphone, like if you were talking outside and you were getting the wind sound.
Is that any better?
Not particularly, no. It sounds like static on a radio station that's going out of range.
Try and reconnect it. You try it now.
Try plugging it in, turning it off and turning it back on again. That's
Any
the
better?
magical fix. Yep. Well, wait.
No.
No, it's back.
No.
Weird.
Well, I do have a lot of rain coming. There's a lot of rain
Now,
on the
it's-
roof.
Hey, hang on! Don't say anything for a second.
Mhm.
Okay, it's when you talk. It's not picking up anything environmental. It's picking it up when you talk. Is your microphone too close to you?
Is that any better?
Yeah, I can hear you, and it's not staticky. Try it again.
Well, I did-
I didn't move the microphone away.
Okay, it's slightly better.
Hmm.
Okay, all right.
No.
Oh, okay. Cancellation.
I mean, should I get rid of the mic and go with the standard, or
I think we should switch and try. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
Give it a shot.
try?
We have time.
That's not the point. I can't. I hate this new system.
I know.
Can you hear me?
yeah.
That's
Any
so
better?
much. Yeah, that's so much better.
That's night and day. That's night and day.
Okay, so my external mic must, because I moved this stuff around trying to hook it to the new computer, it must be messed up with the cord or whatever.
Yeah,
But I'll just go with this then.
It's probably,
probably
feedback.
Yeah, it was probably Hank chewing on your cord.
Who knows? Oh my gosh.
You don't have Crimsy running around there, do you?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I did everything right, and it
Yeah.
still didn't work right.
But I'm glad we went with this topic
Yeah.
because we've all run into it ordering this stuff online, and recently it's been just as bad in some cases, if not worse.
Yeah,
Because
I've seen that happen. Like one of the biggest disappointments. Just a quick kind of side thing dealing with cancellations of toys. One of the biggest disappointments is, you guys remember way back when Power Core Combiners came out,
Mhm.
and then that third party company was going to make these awesome that
that was
add-on
Iron
thing.
Factory.
Yeah, I don't.
That was early. That was early Iron Factory.
Yeah, they're going to make this awesome add-on thing. but they only made like the one figure, which I think's supposed to be kind of like the Fallen or something. But they had like
Oh
these
no,
separate.
no, that was Make Toys. No, that was Make Toys.
Okay, yeah,
But Iron Factory, but Iron Factory did make 4 small transforming 2 tanks and 2 World War II prop fighters.
right.
So Iron Factory made those, but Make Toys did that Fallen, which has become extremely expensive on the secondary market.
Yeah, but the thing is that Fallen, the base parts that go to that Fallen, not the center figure, but they were going to be selling those other bits in different colors.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I had pre-ordered all those because I'm a huge Power Core Combiner fan. I like them. I know some people hate them, but I really wanted those. And then they canceled the thing, and I was so mad about that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like,
I think the problem with Power Core Combiners is there was nothing done with them to like, where does this fit in everything? It was its own little subset that didn't fit with anything, and I can see why maybe they would have canceled it if they thought if they canceled the mainline version, people aren't going to be buying higher priced third party stuff to mix in with it. So I mean, I can understand that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, and I know about the Iron Factory one because I love those. Those are so cool because they're World War II stuff. We rarely get World War II transforming robots, honestly. I've always wanted like a whole line of them with like World War One and World War II transforming robots. I've always wanted that.
They were on clearance at BBTS for the longest time, and I regret not buying them.
Well, that kind of reminds me of the trains.
The trains?
Iron? Yeah, where they did Prime as a train, Bumblebee as a train, and it was like a retro. Kind of like what you're talking
Hearts
about.
of Steel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now they've done the new Prime and Starscream.
Mm-hmm.
They've done that one,
Which are excellent from what I've been told.
I have them. They are. Prime is too short in train mode. Prime definitely needs a cold tender to look better. I'm hoping a third party does a cold tender for him. The Starscream is completely child safe, but still very pointy. Not the Mastermind Creations figures that you could use as a shuriken if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like Shockwave.
Oh, I've got that Shockwave. I got that Cyclops. That is such an. I would love for someone to redo that Cyclops with modern technology.
Just don't point it at anyone. Trust me, you'll get hurt.
From what I heard, because everybody's been chomping at the bit because they did the unreleased Megatron design, and then they have the Bumblebee that's supposed to be coming out as like the second wave for that. But there are people like saying, "Where's Shockwave? You guys have got to do Shockwave." I'm sitting back here thinking, "Where's my Insecticon combining train? That's what I want."
That was supposed to have been the next thing that they were going to do, because there was artwork, there were design schematics up for it, and Mastermind just did not make it that long. I mean, I think Mastermind still exists, but I'm not sure what they've done lately. I'd have to look at it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But going back into the canceled stuff, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah. I'll say this, and I've said this for many years. It should not be this hard to give people money for toys. And third party is always a crapshoot. I mean, that's the nature of. We're not talking crowdfunding like the Snowcat. We're not talking, what they did for that. Takara did trying to get the Grand Max created from the Fort Max mold, and that didn't go through. Third party is, like, I'm going to use an example. Bobby Skullface, I know Bobby to a degree. Watched a lot of his videos, met him in person at a couple of TF cons. I think he's a really nice guy. But he has the Stunticons are his favorite combiner team. The Stunticons and Dead End is his favorite character because we all have that one character that we love.
Mhm.
For me, it's like Trax and Cosmos because Michael McConaughey just puts so much into that. But his Dead End for his set has been over 5 years, and that's the last figure of the set to complete those Stunticons. And it's been,
How long?
I mean, it's been. I mean, if you look at the entire life, it probably took 3 to 4 years, roughly, to get the other 4 Stunticons.
At least you didn't say a hot minute. I hate
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But it's
wait a
not
minute.
that.
I was thinking about this, though. Just because you said what you said. Your 2 favorite characters. You just said them. Jason, 2 favorite characters.
My 2 favorite, I would have to say Wheeljack's obvious for me. And
Yep.
always thinking Decepticon wise, it's always been G-Axis. I like G-Axis, but then again, I'm biased because G2. But yeah, those G1, okay, Wheeljack. G2, G-Axis. Those have
All right.
always been my 2 favorite.
For me, I'm going to cheat a little. And it's only
Cheetor.
because of the character. I'm going to cheat because it's not the
Cheetor, a little.
individual. It's the character. Bruticus.
Yeah, Bruticus
Not
is my
Vaticons. Bruticus.
Bruticus. Yeah, Bruticus is my favorite American combiner.
Yep. And then, I'm sorry, but the first combiner, Reflector, is my favorite. Hands down, my favorite Reflector.
But the reason I was saying
Still good?
about the
Yep.
But the thing is with third party, cancellations and delays, it's kind of baked into our expectations at this point. And I brought up the thing with Bobby and the Dead End because after a certain point, it gets to be almost comical that you're waiting 5 years for this figure to complete a set. The aerial bots took almost 9. The fans toys aerial bots. And here's the thing: I think the aerial bots, I think Superion is one of the most cohesive looking combiners from an aesthetic standpoint. It's also the most boring because it's white and red, and that's about it.
And that's
Well,
why the
G1.
Generation 2 is more superior than Superion.
Yes. Exactly. But I'm just saying, for third party, we expect delays and we expect cancellations. That's sad, but it's the nature of their business. Mainline, Takara, and to a greater extent Hasbro, we know so there are supply chain hiccups. We know there's issues that come up after solicitations. But in the scheme of things, if they sell product to Walmart and the Walmart pre-orders, the capsule that had Galaxy Shuttle and that Cosmos, that was a complete cluster because stores didn't get it, or they got a whole bunch of one, none of the other. The second one that had the Cannonball, the female repaint, I can't remember her name, the purple repaint of Air Razor, Filch, that Cannonball. Again, Hasbro made the product and sold it to Walmart. How and why is it always getting dropped like a baton in a race? Because they've made it. The company offering the pre-sale sells it, and then it's canceled. Diecast ordered the first wave of Siege, or I can't remember what he ordered. There was the entire first wave from Walmart. He still has not. It's as old as Siege. Siege is what, 5 years old at this point? 6 years old at this point, give or take. He still has. It's never been canceled. but he's never got it. People, myself included, got the upcoming Sideways, the black jet fighter from Cybertron, Noise Maze from Japan.
Yeah.
It's being canceled. People are reporting their G.I. Joe classified breakers from Target are being canceled.
You know, I wonder if this has anything to do with just the international tax situation. Because
No,
they probably don't know what they want to charge for them.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's really been a problem because it's been this way before all this crap started.
Correct.
I mean, 2-3 years ago, we were under a different administration when that Walmart G2 capsule came out.
Mhm.
But again, and I know it's the stores not putting it out or stuff like that. But how do you explain shipments of stuff winding up at Ollie's that was pre-orders at Walmart the year before or earlier that year, and it shows up at Ollie's, which for those of you who don't know, is a regional discount salvage bargain store, like what Big Lots used to be years ago, if that helps any.
Well, I
And
remember.
it's just
I remember talking to Proto Man about distribution of product, and he had mentioned that there was a time that things through HasLab, or not HasLab, but Hasbro Pulse was having issues even getting their own stuff in because the distribution isn't even. It's not,
right.
oh, they don't get priority. So it's kind of like, I mean, I know you work for Walmart. Every region gets different product, you know, and
Yeah.
I think really what it boils down to, it's how much product's being pushed out of the factory, and then when sent to this one distribution center, it's supposed to send it to all these different ones, and they're just not doing it even because it doesn't matter to them. They don't care. They've already gotten paid.
Yeah, and
You know?
because certain store volumes don't have, or they get one case, but it's very frustrating when you go online to Target or Walmart, or I've heard this happening at Myers. I've only been to a Myers once. Now, Blast Punch Off was Primal the one time I was at one, but that was it. So your chain of choice that you got to put pre-orders from, if they put that up, in my opinion, before that page becomes live, you should know approximately, you won't know for sure, how many units you have for sale separate from what may be going to the stores. And I think these online people that is, because this has all basically really kicked into high gear after the closure of Toys R Us, when all these retailers stepped up their toy, action figure, and collectible game to take advantage of that vacuum, which was smart. Look at your average GameStop. In the past 5 years, how much more collectibles and stuff has your average GameStop added versus just a bunch of games?
Quite a bit. Like the only time I ever saw the Jurassic Park crossover they did with the T-Rex and
The first one?
Yeah, the very first one, the T-Rex
Yeah.
and the Ford Explorer. First time I ever saw it was in a GameStop in person. Like I saw it
Right.
online and everything, but it's the first time I've ever seen one that I can physically
Right.
walk over and buy.
And it just seems that they just want to get it on the website and get sales. And oh, too bad, we sold 500, but we only have 200. So either a bunch of people's gets canceled after a certain order number, or nobody gets one. You don't know where they're going to wind up, and then 6 months to a year later, your discount chain, Ross, a lot of that Walmart capsule wound up at Ross. People were finding those Cosmoses for $7.99. They were going eBay upwards of $60 to $80 because He was the only new mold in the entire wave. He was the only new product that was not a repaint.
Mhm.
So it's very frustrating to see major retailers put these figures up. You place an order, and then you get a message like on that Sideways, product is not available, so it was canceled. I had a pre-order at Walmart for the Superpowers version of the new Guy Gardner from the Superman movie. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know anything about it. It's a Green Lantern figure, and it's Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. I kind of wanted it. There was no
Well,
reason.
let me tell you about that movie.
Well, no, and I don't want to know about the movie. I don't want to know. I do
Let's
want
put
to.
it this way: in my eyes, it's well balanced, and I liked it. Some people hated it, but I'm probably in the minority.
Right, but
I'm not going to go into it, but yes, your figure. Go ahead.
yeah. So that's a very basic figure from McFarlane. Their Superpowers line that they do is not their heavy collect. I don't feel like it's the line a lot of collectors zero in on first. It's their multiverse stuff that they do. But they do have chase figures. They do have figures. This is a character from a main character, well, it's a secondary character from a major movie. There should not be a problem getting this figure because it's wave one of a movie line. Yet my
Right.
order, yet mine was canceled, and I don't understand why. And it's just extremely frustrating to see orders go up. You place the order, and for no reason, it's just canceled weeks and months later. And then on top of that, I know many people on that Walmart capsule. Their orders were canceled. They walk into a store. There's a Cosmos. There's a Cannonball. There's a Filch. It doesn't make any sense, and it should not. There should be hiccups. It's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
But if you put a pre-order up, you should know the number that you have to sell, separate from what's going to the stores.
In
And
other
then-
words, pull your pre-orders first.
Exactly, and
They
then
don't. They don't.
so all you're doing is. But the thing is, that would require effort, planning, payroll, and actually caring about your customers. Imagine none of us that I know trusts Walmart.com and Target with all these G.I. Joe classifieds, with all these issues, actually getting. That's why a lot of us do multiple pre-orders, if it's not an exclusive, because you never know where it's going to actually become available for, and you have to ride your pre-orders. It's like, for me personally, and I apologize if I'm monopolizing the conversation, but
okay.
I wanted to bring this up. I have 8 things on pre-order at Target. I have the Breaker. I have the upcoming Gray Ghost from the Batman McFarlane line. It's the Gray Ghost. I must have it. I've got that Devastation 2-pack with the cannon fodder troops from Devastation. I've got a concept art Roboto from the Masters of the Universe line of concept art. And I've got I had something else. I can't remember what it was now. Every single one of those things. Oh, and the Perceptor multi-pack with Ramhorn and Ratbat. Every single one of those last week went back order. The orders have been in there for months. Everything goes back order. Now they're slowly starting to ship out. Why is it going back order? Why do you not know how much you've got to work with? Why are you creating all of this bad will with your customer base over something that you should have better control over, unless you're just looking at it, hey, we sold a bunch. Oh, we don't have enough to cover all the orders. We'll just cancel them and we'll get our money back somehow.
I think that's how it's being done.
That's what it feels like.
Well, I mean, how often have you went and ordered a figure and seen it at retail before it even ended up at your house?
Oh yeah, oh dozens of times.
That's
I mean,
that's
I can't.
just the perfect example right there of how
I
much they
can't.
actually care.
Oh,
Hang on a minute.
yeah.
Hang on. See, you're telling me that stores put in a pre-order through a distribution higher than what they sell, or they do beyond what they sell and they ask for more.
I think. I
I mean,
think
does that
that.
make sense? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think the inventory is not being tracked properly enough.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think that's not the individual distributor. I really don't. I think it's Hasbro.
Well,
I think it's them
No,
distributing.
not really, because
Yeah.
Hasbro has already sold this product. Unless what they're doing is
It's distribution. If they say, "Look, you got 50,000, we're going to send you 20 now, but then we'll do 30 later."
yeah. The
Yeah.
problem is if that 20 doesn't wind up selling, they may not take that 30. Target is absolutely horrible on, and again, I like Target. They get a lot of things that I like that my local Walmart doesn't. They also put stuff on clearance for a much better price than what Walmart puts it on clearance for on the same thing, if it ever goes clearance. But on their exclusives, it's either you get one case, that's all you get, you never see it again, the spot sits empty for months until the next reset, and it's gone. Or on the opposite end, you get it, it comes in, and they have 40,000 of them.
Right.
The dead Autobot 2 packs with Prowl, Ratchet, Brawn, and Ironhide. They were everywhere at every Target for months, even after they went on clearance for like $25. And
Well,
that
I
was
guess my question is that who do you blame? The distributor or the person that's asking for it?
I mean,
I don't know. It just seems like
I mean, let's be
you
honest.
should know how many. Like the buyer says, "Hey," to the guy running the I'm just saying. I'm just saying, simplifying it. Buyer X went to Hasbro and bought Y number of units. He tells the person in charge of the Target.com webpage, "These will be available on this date for us to set. We have this many units to sell. Put it up on this date and sell them."
Okay,
I,
let me
I don't see how it's like I have 500 units. Program the computer.
something.
Program the computer. When you hit 500 units, it says sold out.
Well, hang on. So you have just pick a line, Age of the Primes, whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, and you have at a store, you can buy cases only, just like Entertainment Earth,
Right.
and everyone wants the one short pack, and so you buy, I don't know, 100 units, whatever. But then the other 11 pieces are sitting there.
Right.
Are you inclined, when the next wave comes out, to buy it again? As a
Probably
collector,
not.
you're going to be like, no. It's new stuff. It's going to sell. As a business, you're going to be like, no, we're still sitting on that. And that's where the demand drops. And I mean demand by retailer, not consumer. It drops. And that's where you have problems. And that's why, I don't know if you're aware, but I mean, even like, what was it? Oh, God. Sorry, Cosmos in that wave was short packed, but there were other areas that were getting it more often because they were
Right.
outsourcing their extras and being able to buy more. Other areas like Cincinnati, which sucks, they get one and done. So
But Cincinnati used to be one of those markets where,
it was the marketplace. You're right.
yeah, well, like the built to rule stuff. That the Energon built to rule.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
if you lived in and around Cincinnati, you got it. If you didn't,
I did,
What?
by the way.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Yeah. But
They're in the basement collecting dust. Whatever.
yeah, but the one thing also is that online retailers have the ability, whether it's fair or not is up to the individual person. But let's say I want to use this for example, okay? This is not the figure, but this is Guy Gardner, DC Multiverse, as a Red Lantern, okay? It's a red Platinum Chase, okay? They had this buck as Guy Gardner, but when he was wearing Sinestro's ring with the black leather jacket, from after he was able to get Sinestro's ring and use it. BBTS had the regular Guy Gardner for $29.99. The jacket version was $39.99. So the Chase version out of their cases was priced higher because there was less of them, which I understand.
That's because
Sure.
it's BBTS. That's not Walmart. There is
I
a
know, but I'm
difference.
saying
You're correct.
online.
What he's saying is correct. If they notice the market and they see the uptrend, they can adjust accordingly.
But they've also done that. They've done
all.
that for trans. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I said, whether it's fair or not is up to the individual person. But they've also done that for Transformers. It's like when they got cases of Transformers Prime. The I think Cliff Jumper was the short packed one in that wave that he came out in. I may be wrong, but I think it was like 3 Bumblebees, 2 RCs, 1 Cliff Jump. No, it was 4 Bumblebees, 2 RCs, 1 Cliff Jumper, and someone else that was maybe a duplicate. Anyway, there was 1 Cliff Jumper. That Cliff Jumper was priced $39.99, $49.99 because they knew that's what everybody wanted.
Sure.
So, is it fair? I don't know, but I understand why they do that. But you can't do that at Walmart as Walmart, or you can't do that as Target, because then you're getting into, you bought all these at the same price. Why is this one? Again, it's the way we look at these retailers.
Okay,
I
so
don't
do you think they look forward more to Walmart and Target as opposed to they make toys and Entertainment Earth?
I think at this point, everybody is getting multiple pre-orders in everywhere because you don't know who is actually going to wind up getting it. That's one of my best friends, Richard. He was one of my groomsmen. He tells me that he loves the way that I try to, Dotonomics everything and get the best price, so that way, if I'm going to collect, I'm doing it as affordable as possible. But he also says, how much brain power are you taking having to keep all track of all this stuff? And he's right, because if you don't put in multiple pre-orders with the way the distribution, the cancellations, the delays, and now the tariff stuff,
Sure.
you have to ride your pre-orders as soon as something ships and you're confident it's going to be what it's supposed to be in the box. Because one time Diecast got something shipped from Walmart.com and he canceled his other pre-orders, and what he got was not a Transformer. It was a box of essential oils. So again, but once you realize, okay, this is shipping, I need to cancel my other pre-orders because you'll wind up with 3 or 4 of them, unless you want 3 or 4 of them. And that's no, we should not have to do that just to get a little bit of plastic crack for our shelf.
Mhm.
And it's frustrating. Like this guy Gardner went in stock at Walmart.com. I have a Walmart literally. Well, there. Look out that window in the winter, and you see the garden center of that Walmart. It was supposed to be in stock. They did not have it. They tried to give me a Deadpool. I'm sorry, Deadshot. I didn't want Deadshot. The store, an hour and 45 minutes away, was able to fill my order. But it couldn't be shipped, so I had to go get it. But luckily we were going to go down there anyway for other stuff to eat at a restaurant, so it wasn't like I went down there just for the one thing. But this is what you have to do to chase this. Not only is it a chase figure, a red platinum chase figure, you have to chase it down on where it shows up. So it's either use all this brain power, or just let everything go and say, I'll get it later, which is very difficult for me. It's FOMO. I'll admit it's FOMO. But with also McFarlane losing the DC license, how many of these are actually going to be out there in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, without the price going up 30, 40, 50, 60% on the aftermarket?
I'm going to be the bad guy in the room and say that I know, shocking. It's shocking. To me, if I'm guaranteed something as opposed to chasing it and saving a few bucks, I'll go with a guarantee. But I'm not in the same boat as everyone else. So I get that. If that makes sense. I mean,
Well, the thing is, though, there are no guarantees.
Do that or don't want to do that. I get it. But for me, my time is worth more. I mean, I don't know how many times my biggest friend is Facebook groups, and I find stuff that I missed, or that's out right now, and I'll pay a few bucks more because they got it. I'll get it. I don't have to go out and mess with it.
Right. Well, I did that on... It's weird. I've never been a super big video game person. I like video games, but for me, you can see the arcade, the arcade system that my wonderful, loving wife got for me 2 years ago. 2 years ago, as a Christmas / birthday gift, and it's just very frustrating to have to hunt. But what I'm saying is that I am collecting the Jada Street Fighter line. I've always liked Street Fighter. It's not like I live and breathe the mythos, but it's also the value. It's like Classified. I think Classified is one of the very few lines that you pay $25 for a figure, and you get $25 worth of figure for the most part. The Jada is the way that I feel too, to a slightly lesser degree. They have Player 2 Blue Guile, and I wanted the Player 2 version. I got one off eBay with free shipping for $49. It's a $25 figure whenever it shows up. But my Target is going through a remodel, and it's a Target exclusive once it's released into the wild. So I was able to Donanomics it. I sold some stuff that I had absolutely no desire to keep and almost nothing in, and I was able to, on the backside of it, be the equivalent of paying like $32 with $32, which is only $6 more than retail. So I've done that. I don't like doing that, but I have, as I've gotten older as a collector, realized it's worth the extra couple of bucks. just to keep the little voices in my head quiet, and I don't have 16 watched items on my eBay page and stuff like that. But you can't keep doing that for all this stuff, because we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to do Amazon, BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Hasbro Pulse, Mattel. We shouldn't have to go to all these sites that carry all these products. Yeah, we don't have to, okay? We don't need none of this stuff. We don't need none of it. But with the way the world is, this makes us a little bit happier and brings us a little bit of joy, which I don't think anybody would begrudge anybody having.
Right.
But when you have to do multiple pre-orders and then worry about your pre-orders even getting failed or canceled, you can't, you basically, who do you blame? Like you said earlier, you don't know. At this point, it's a dice roll. Do you blame Hasbro for not making enough? Do you blame the retailers for not selling it properly? Do you blame the distribution to the stores not stocking the stores? But that still doesn't explain how it gets from a Walmart exclusive item to Ross in the same year.
Hang on. You missed one.
Hmm.
Do you blame the consumer?
I don't
Do
see
you
how.
blame the consumer in that area for not buying up everything so they can order more? I mean, you can take this. You can keep taking this onward and onward. You can even say, okay, as a consumer, do I think this is going to be something that's worth money because I want to make money off of it? Well, that goes one step further. So, I mean, at what point do you just say, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and protect myself and get the figure I want. Or, heaven forbid, I want to cash cow on this figure because it's worth money, get as many as I can, dump the rest, and make a profit on that. But guess what? Whether you like it or not, they're out there. Those people are out there. Whether they want to collect, whether they want to make money, or whatever. You know, I mean, let's be honest. Like, who pays the most for first figures out there? Reviewers. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because when I get a figure, guess what I do? I don't look at this little paper instruction here. I go to a reviewer. Actually, I go to a reviewer before I buy it and say, should I buy it?
I do that on a lot of third-party stuff, because that way it's like I wasn't planning on getting the Bingo Toys Jazzy, but I watched Mgo's review, and that figure does so much more interesting things than a Jazz typically would. Plus, after seeing the video, in my head, it will fit in perfectly with my Make Toys Cross Dimension Optimus and Megatron.
All right,
so I went ahead and got it.
Well, I'm going to throw one more thing, and this is out there. So, rather than buying a toy, you wait to see someone review it, subsidizing their income, rather than buying the toy. Does that make sense?
Yes, because again, I'm especially
honestly, yes, it does. But
yeah.
Go on.
I do that for mostly, again, third-party figures or figures I'm on the fence on. If it's a figure I know I'll like because of aesthetics or the character or something, I'm not going to really worry about that much. But if it's like a third-party figure and it's like, I like it, but I've been burned on too many third-party figures that look fabulous.
Me too.
But to transform them is an absolute nightmare.
Yes.
Like, so I'll say, like, okay, I'm going to do a pre-order. Doesn't cost me anything. And usually by the time the reviewers get it, the pre-orders have not been filled or have not been solicited for fulfillment. So it's like, okay, this reviewer has this. Oh my god, this sucks. I do not want to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole.
Sure.
Cancel.
Yep.
So no, I don't blame them at all. They're actually helping us make better decisions.
I wasn't saying that it was. They're not doing anything wrong. They're providing a service. My question is more along the lines of, when you decide to get something, do you do what you just did, which is what I do, or you just, oh my God, FOMO, I got to get it, boom, and you shouldn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, FOMO is.
It's always going to be there.
Yeah,
it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
For me personally, the way I'm wired, because after my mom and dad retired, I grew up in the flea market environment. Mom and dad did antiques and collectibles after they retired, and I was a flea market baby. I was an auction house baby. I used to know a lot more about furniture and glassware and ceramics from the 1800s, early 90s. I used to know all that stuff, or a fair amount anyway. And that is the way I was raised, to be the bargain hunter. Like last week, I went into that Walmart that's across the way. They had marked down the Biker Mice from Mars from the sale figures to $8 a piece. Those were $34 figures. I watched Biker Mice from Mars a couple of times, but those are a hell of good looking figures for $8. Should I have bought them? Probably not. But I got 3 really great looking figures that I normally wouldn't have bought for $24, which is less than a deluxe class Transformer.
Yeah, but what were you going to do with them?
Put them on my no theme shelf.
Then there you go. Then it was good for you.
Yeah,
if you're
but
someone that wants to,
yeah, but it was the price. It wasn't the character.
Sure it was. No.
Or it wasn't some nostalgic thing. It was, those are really great looking figures for a really good price.
It still appealed to you. That's why you did it.
Yeah.
But you'll also have other people, I hate to say it, dealers, that look at, what can I get right now? What can I hold on to? What can I flip? What's, nostalgia or whatever. And that's where you get all of a sudden, all the cosmos are gone.
Right.
Why are they all gone? It's not because everyone wanted one. It's because the dealer picked every one they could get up.
Where is all the rum gone?
Where's all the rum going?
Where is all the rum gone? Now, here's the thing. I want.
Where's my jar of dirt?
I am. Y'all know me. And people watching know me. I'm a wheeler and dealer. I buy online. I sell online. I do. Again, it's all part of the dynamics of trying to collect as most affordably as possible. A couple years ago, when Toys R Us was still open, they had the Hover Tank Driver, which was a Toys R Us Black Series exclusive. My Toys R Us got in 2 cases, 16 figures. I looked on eBay. They were going for about $50 a piece for, at the time, a $19 to $22 figure. So I bought 3. That still left 13 on the shelf. And I sold 2 for $39.99 a piece on eBay. Because that was, lower than everybody else. I had very reasonable shipping. And I wasn't trying to make absolute top dollar. I wasn't trying to be like, oh, this is a $70 figure if you want to know. It's like, I made about $30 on both figures. That paid for the one I wanted to keep, and I had $10 to go towards something else. I went back the next week. They had 9 left. I bought 2. I sold them for about the same price. So yeah, I've done that, but I also was selling it cheaper than anybody else, and I wasn't trying to get. I guess like what you were saying about that reflector a couple of weeks ago. I realized after we had that conversation, I realized you were right, and I was wrong on that. My brain just sort of short-circuited at that point. But you can be the kind of person that's like, oh, they have 12 of these. I'm going to take 2. I want to make a few bucks. And in my view, if you're willing to pay the $39, because, like you were saying, you can't find them anywhere locally. You don't have a Toys R Us, whatever the case may be. And if you feel good about doing that and walking away with your figure and you don't feel like you were cheated, it's a win-win, in my opinion. But again, you have people that buy all of them. And toy karma is real. So there's that.
Well, I mean, I see you're getting at there, Don, but there are people, and something I've noticed, it's mainly the Hot Wheel community. I don't like to call them out, but I'm going to. Some of them don't collect Transformers. But they literally bought every Optimus Prime, every Bumblebee, every Ultra Magnus there was on the shelf to turn around and flip them for what was that Prime's retail? What was he like? Maybe like $8, maybe.
Oh, the Hot Wheels Prime Magnus and
yeah.
Okay, I've got lucky and found one Prime, and I bought the only Prime and the only Magnus I ever saw. Never saw a Bumblebee.
I've never seen any of them, and I know what it is. It's because a lot of these Hot Wheel collectors will walk into a store. They will ask people if the shipment's dropped already to bring out closed cases of Hot Wheels for them to sneak through and get their they're not red lines, but mainly their chase figures. The chase ones, the ones that are worth a lot. And
now,
those are the ones that, like, when you go on Walmart, because we're talking about like ordering online, right? If you go online and you order, okay, I'm going to order Optimus Prime Hot Wheel, well, it's in a case assortment with a bunch of other trucks, right? Well, if you look on there, it says it'll be a random one sent to you. It won't actually be that Optimus Prime. Any of them.
Best Buy does that.
There's a lot of them. It's because you get a case assortment. They're not going to sit there and spend the time picking through.
Yeah, and that entire case, like with Target, is under one DCPI.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not guaranteed. But also, I was there when they were putting out toys. When I got the Ultra Magnus, I asked the young lady, "Ma'am, can I look at that case of those Hot Wheels? There's one figure that I'm looking for." She said, "Sure." There was only one Ultra Magnus in the case. It was a brand new sealed case. There was only one Magnus. So it wasn't
on purpose.
Yeah, it was like Earthspark Soundwave. There's one. So now you have a figure that's going to be popular with both subsets of collectors, and there's one.
I think recently there's a Hot Wheel. I don't know if it's Hot Wheels or Matchbox. It's one of the two. But I know they just got them doing a G.I. Joe Sky Striker. It's G.I. Joe. It's not just a random F-14.
Jet. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the stuff that's literally killing the market itself. Like, we're talking about distribution being garbage. Well, the distribution sometimes falls in the hands of somebody that walks in that literally demands to look at the box or pulls the box off the pallet that's sitting on the floor, whether there's somebody there or not, and starts ripping it open, just going through it without even asking. As far as they're concerned, it's on the floor. It's open game.
Right.
And this is why we have the issue we do now with the shortage of certain figures. The issue why the distribution is garbage is because some of the people that are working, because I've worked distribution center work before. I've worked, back-end retail where I had to bring the stuff out to the floor to actually put it on the floor. I've done sales on the floor. I've done like different aspects of retail. And I can tell you right now, people that get the stuff in shipped off of a distribution thing directly from the manufacturer, they don't care. They just scan it and stick it in the thing and go. They don't
Right.
care what it is.
So,
And
so you've already got
a lot of it's
product.
because they have. Well, I thought a lot of it deals with the way the employees are treated there. They're like, oh, well, you have a certain pick rate you have to go. They don't care if they grab the right one or not. So it gets shipped, and then nobody knows whether it's correct or not.
The
Now,
thing is,
Amazon may
you've
be
already-
different because they have like a different system. I'm talking like back when I used to work at like Tractor Supply. They didn't care.
Sure.
The
So
thing is,
I
you've
will.
already got-
I will wait until after dawn. But go ahead.
Okay. I'll just say this. You've already got a situation where what you're looking for is short packed. Whether it's Optimus, Ultra Magnus, Cosmos, Soundwave, whatever. And then it's all luck of the draw on if you get there before someone else does. And there's not enough to go around already. And they're sticking Cosmos or Soundwave in a case full of stuff that nobody wants because it's all the old stuff just in a new package refresh.
Dang it!
What?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm going to go with another example. Do y'all remember back right after Beast Machines was finishing up, BBTS got full cases from Hasbro on another production run of Battle Unicorn.
Battle Unicorn, right?
Battle Unicorn.
Yep.
The demand for that figure was through the roof because he was at the tail end of the line and he was impossible to find. But with what BBTS had to order to get that production run, they sat on that stock for years.
Yeah.
It was finally down to like $7.49 on clearance. It was the same thing about their Piranacon set. That was the BBTS exclusive. That thing was down to $29 or $39 for all six Seacons in that really nice box.
I was
So
tempted to
again-
buy two of them. I bought one. I should have bought two.
Yeah, yeah. But again, you never know. This is hot. Everybody wants it. 6 months later, you've got it. You paid all this money for it. Now they're
And
just
no
sitting
one
there
cares.
because everybody got theirs.
Right.
So it's
It's actually amazing. I'm sorry, Don, but
no. You're right. Go ahead.
the things I was talking about, you actually just said, and I was like, yep. That's how I feel.
So do you think BBTS is going to contact Hasbro and say, "Hey," I mean, for example,
What
there is a BB.
you're gonna say, I'm gonna say really quickly before you even finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's going to depend upon it's going to depend upon if they made money the last time, they hope to make money the next time, and that's it.
Right. But you've also got these weird licensing agreements that, for example, BBTS has a Super 7 Mum-Ra that's supposed to be an exclusive. It's the dark Mum-Ra with the red highlights and the red sword of Plundar and all that. I've got mine off Amazon for $55 versus their $75, and it's a BBTS exclusive. And the thing had not been out, because a lot of the times places will have figures for 6 months as an exclusive. It wasn't even out that long. So how did Amazon get it cheaper than what's an exclusive? None of this stuff never made a whole lot of sense.
Sure it does.
But you could, back again in the day. But ever since the internet, I'm going to say it's 2 words to y'all, and you'll both will know what I'm talking about. Matty Collector.
Yep.
Matty Collector
Yep.
and DC Universe Classics.
Yep.
You give me any exclusive that doesn't sell, and then before the release or even at the end, you see someone else selling it, it's because that company sold out. Because they're like, we gotta get something out of these, and maybe they paid, I don't know, $3 a figure, and they sell it for $5. Okay, to the company, but they're selling it for $20. I'd rather get 5 than nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
This is something that's really been boggling my mind. I don't know if you guys have followed this, but you guys remember Loyal Subjects they're releasing all the like at least 4 new mask vehicles that are literally from the retro, look like the old mask vehicles from back when we were kids. But now they're doing an exclusive black Rhino with all this gold chrome, and I'm like, the other ones aren't even out yet, and you're releasing something that... Who's this for?
Why?
You see what I'm getting at? I don't understand this.
No, why? Why? Because the other exclusives haven't sold out. They want to push it out ahead of time to get the sales up before the original release comes out, and that way they get a head start. And they sell.
It also gets another use for the mold, and
Absolutely.
it also shows that there is a demand for this stuff, which does
Right.
increase the chance of another wave. I didn't buy any of those because I was lucky enough, being old, I got them all when they were new, or I got them very well secondhand. Some of mine have turned colors over the years just because of the nature of the plastic. My Bulldog has not aged well at all, but
Old Bulldog.
Yeah.
yeah. But the thing is, I am glad because if it hadn't been for Loyal Subjects getting this license, I really don't think we would have ever seen Mask on the shelf as it is.
Oh no, there's
That's
no way
the
that
thing.
hit.
It's not on the shelf yet.
No way
And-
Hasbro would have
Well,
picked.
I know, but I'm saying,
No.
what doing another Rhino is their Optimus.
yeah.
So then, here's your Black Optimus with gold highlights, because it shows that there is a demand for this. They get more use out of their most expensive mold. The cost decreased associated with that, which provides capital to go ahead with a second wave that they may not be able to do or do as well without getting that second use out of the Rhino. So I get that.
And I'm
Well,
sitting
think
there
about.
wondering if you're going to do this. If they do Hurricane, are they going to do Hurricane in black? Are they going to, I don't know, give me some crazy neon pink, which would be amazing? Because I love Hurricane. That's always been my favorite.
Even way back with Transformers, when you talked about releasing waves and recolors, they did that from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, they have, but the point I'm trying to get across is
All I did was
when
is
something
why-
hasn't been, when it's been announced, pre-orders are out there. No one has the toy in hand yet, but then you're going to turn around and release a recolor of something, but nothing's been in the hands of anybody yet. How does
Sure.
that? You see what I'm getting at? Doesn't it just seem a little strange that they
No,
would-
because they're not talking about the next release. They're talking about the next 2 releases. They want 2, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4.
Yeah.
So they prepare for that by pushing these out to perpetuate the next wave.
right?
And it's been done that way ever since. It's always been that way.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I guess the way it hit me when I saw that, I was like, I don't really see anybody else really doing that other than maybe Motu. But Motu's understandable because they do all this part swapping and stuff now. So
I'm gonna say that no, your favorite G2 is a perfect example.
well, yeah, I understand G2 because G2 was a refresh of something that was old already, that was already
No.
sold.
No, what it was is it was a cost-affecting way of pushing the line along.
Yeah, but what
And
I'm
that- They took old molds, they back metalized and did this, that, and the other to make it look more appealing
Yeah.
to the current market. And in the 90s, I'm sorry, I wasn't the part of the 90s. I lived through it, but whatever. It was more sparkly, this, that, and the other. So they moved it that way. So that kept the line going. It's the same thing.
Well, the reason I'm saying it's not, it's because it's a toy that they've showed off at toy shows. No person that's not with the companies haven't had this in hand, and then they do a recolor on top of that. What you're talking about is something like G2 Optimus Prime, which literally they added a voice box to make it a little different than the original that was already released many years before it.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that they released the exclusive pieces of mask before the actual mask toys came out to perpetuate the sales of the first, which actually came second. Kind of confusing, but see what I'm saying.
So
It's all
you're
about
telling me people right now already have that Black Rhino in hand.
No.
I'm going to say that the pre-orders of the Black Rhino are going to happen before the first one.
No, no.
The other one's already out.
Yeah,
You're missing the point. It's to perpetuate the sales of the first one.
no, it's it's the most expensive mold of the four, and they
Okay.
realize that they can get another use out of it to help pay for the mold creation and give collectors an exclusive that they wouldn't have to go through like San Diego and stuff like that to get, which creates more income for them to do a wave 2.
Right.
But why would you do an exclusive that you don't have to go to the show to go to and get it
No,
if
I'm
they
just
want to perpetuate the line in and of itself?
no, they're just getting another use out of the most expensive mold. It's like any company looking at this mold cost us the most of these things. What else can we get from it?
That's understandable, but I'm just wondering, why would you announce something, have pre-orders for something that aren't even out yet, that are in the hands of anybody's? Like, nobody's gotten hold of them, no reviewer, nobody has these yet. But then we're going to go ahead and announce an exclusive on top of whatever we've already put out there that everybody's pre-ordered and no one has in hand yet. That to me doesn't make any sense.
Well, here's
I
the thing.
just said why. It's to perpetuate the line.
Right.
It's to keep
Here,
the
yeah,
interest.
here's
Why
also-
would you want to buy something that everyone can get? Everyone wants that one thing, no matter how stupid it is, to say, I have this. And that's what they're feeding on.
No, I understand that, Brett. What I'm trying to say is, why would you, if you've already backed and said, hey, I bought the Rhino already, or whatever, and I don't have it in hand yet, right? So
Yep.
why would I want to go and turn around and buy a black variant of that toy that I haven't even had in hand yet to even see what the quality is even like or anything, to turn around and get a hold of this thing? Like,
Because you
it's-
already bought the first one, I'm going to catch you on the second one.
It's the FOMO, is what I'm going to say,
Yeah,
is what it
FOMO.
is. But to
Absolutely.
me, it just seems really like, okay, so if you're just going to do the Rhino, why not do the Switchblade? The Switchblade's just as
You already have the
popular.
mold.
Yes,
If
sir.
you already have the
Okay.
momentum, why not feed on that and do it?
Yeah.
You have no idea. The people that come up with these things are not collector based.
No, they're not. I know that.
They are
100%.
money based.
They're
If
marketing
it's working,
based.
we'll keep going.
Right. But here's something else I want to put forward. I'm at the BBTS page now. Okay, the Rhino in and of itself is due to arrive estimated late August. Okay. So, what could have happened? The timeline is a little iffy on this, but if they saw a chance to use that mold again in those other colors while the regular Rhino was on the assembly line, or the factory that they're using has time available that they can use on something that was just probably relatively recently run.
Correct. Why would you
They-
not pump out in a different color?
Exactly, to give. Yeah, you
I-
see. So,
I
that
get
way
I see your point there.
The whole
they
idea
get
is
better.
you
they get
want to
better
perpetuate the line,
Right.
and that's what they're doing.
And they get better economies of scale with more units. They create something that will draw interest in an exclusive,
Sure.
and
All right.
they get more money per Rhino sold because the cost of production has gone down with the increase in the numbers.
Okay, with
Correct.
that
As-
being said, this is my question to you then, Don. You already own
Okay.
a Rhino. You own the vintage.
Yeah.
The new
Yes.
one has supposed to be, the details supposed to be more crisp. There's things
Mhm.
on it that are going to be changed. It come with blast effects. It is a different toy in some ways. But what
Right.
one would you buy? Would you buy the black one or would you buy the other one? The original.
I'll be honest. I didn't buy any of them because
But what
I
one
do
would
have
you
them.
buy if you had the choice?
Original.
I would probably buy the original Rhino.
Yes.
Just because the black and gold doesn't have any context for me other than I know what it is. I know why it's being made, and it doesn't interest me.
Yeah, but the difference is that they produce that in lower numbers, knowing that people are going to know about the FOMO or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
and they'll pick it up. So why not grasp it while it's hot? And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, but this is no different than Takara doing a Nemesis Prime from
Correct.
any given Optimus mold.
Yes.
This is no different than Mattel doing a special kind of Barbie from the basic Barbie. It's no different than Playmates making, or NECA using this turtle version. It's like NECA Super Turtle from this one episode of this one comic. It's been done since collecting toys became a thing. When people realized we can reuse the same thing, change out a few bells and whistles, and sell it again.
I mean, Don, think about. I'm trying to think back as far as I can. Microchange. Why did Frenzy and Rumble become a thing?
Because early Transformers internet was weird.
No, it's because they can do two different colors and sell the
Right.
same damn toy. Sorry for my language.
Rewind and eject.
Yes,
All the Seekers.
yes,
Yes. I mean,
But they're
okay,
those
okay.
different characters,
out,
that's the
and
reason.
you'll buy it. That's what
Since
you
you-
do.
Since you brought up those Seekers, I want to mention this.
Oh God.
We were talking about, and Brett knows probably what I'm going to say.
Oh yeah.
Retailers, you said if something doesn't sell, why would retailers want to buy more? Okay, Classics is out. Classics is very popular.
Sure.
Classics has had a bunch of Seeker molds. How hard would it have been for Hasbro to get them to buy Thrust, Urge, and Ramjet from those same molds that they've already been selling with Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Acid Storm? That's why those three went to the 2007, no, 2000, no. There was the games of, my year is wrong. I know.
Games
Games of Deception, and
Yep.
everybody was pissed. You remember?
Yes,
Y'all
I do.
remember?
Yeah.
They were furious that those molds went to BotCon. But I talked to the guys, and they said, it was either, I don't remember who I spoke with, I'll be honest. They're all BotCons, they all run together. But the person I spoke with.
Oh my God, it was me. Why did you talk to? No, I'm sorry.
Was it? No. It was someone from Hasbro at BotCon, and I asked them, why did these go in this set? Was it because that retailers would not take three more of basically the same mold? And they said, that was a factor involved in using them for this
Yes.
set. Because the molds were already done. Everything was there. And it was easier doing it as a BotCon set to get usage out of it than trying to sell it. How would you have liked Rust, Dirt, and Ramjet? One per wave, over 3 waves, over a course of a year, trying to track down the Coneheads.
We
How
kind of run into that with the Earthrise ones.
Yeah, how frustrating would that have been? So
It
them
is.
them getting use out of those molds in a way that's all and done. We got all 3 versions.
Sure.
They're sold. We made money. BotCon gets figures that they need. Win, win, win. Everybody's winning.
Let me ask you this much. This is out there, all right? We're talking about way, way back. Way, way back. So you had the 3 Seekers that came out. Okay. And then when they reintroduced the second 3 Seekers, the Coneheads.
Right.
What about pairing them with a Seeker? They charge you more, but you get 2 bots. But that's the only way you can get that bot. Marketing,
But then
genius.
you'd be rebuying another Seeker that you probably already had. That maybe
Absolutely.
maybe another paint deco. They did Starscream in a couple of different decos.
But I'm saying, as far as marketing, I'm going to sell these 3 new figures. I'll pair them with others. That way I sell twice as much. That's the stuff that marketing does.
Yeah.
As stupid as it is. And you'd be like, well, I want that figure. I'm going to buy it.
Okay.
And that's what you do.
How many of the 2-packs that Amazon has got over the past 2 years in their capsules that everybody wants just one figure? Like everybody wanted Diaclone Top Spin. How many people bought the set for that recolored Spinister? How many
Almost
people
everyone.
How many people wanted Ruckus and didn't want that bludgeon colored Tarn?
Yeah. Everyone.
So, yeah. So it's like you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of collecting.
The facts of life, man.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
It's very
They
true.
missed out at the beginning because it happened later.
It's also a matter of case budgeting. Look at the upcoming Sandstorm Trigger Happy set, okay? When we got that Spinister set with that top spin as the Diaclone, Spinister got his Target Masters.
Correct.
In the upcoming Sandstorm set, the Slugslinger does not get his Target Masters. He does get a new paint job that's supposed to be more like Rebirth colors, with Sandstorm with the animation accurate face. But how many people want that Slugslinger or that Sandstorm and not the other? They're doing it because that leader class Sandstorm probably ate up the budget that would have gotten Slugslinger his Target Masters like Spinister did.
Yep.
Sure, of
But
course.
it's all balancing it out. This case of 4 figures that we sell to Amazon, if we do this size figure, but we give this smaller figure extra stuff, that blows the entire case sale to Amazon out of the water because it doesn't fit their profit desires.
Yeah,
And that's why cases. That's why you get cases of figures. And I still think to this day that Transformers Prime Arachnid was the sacrificial lamb to get that case out, as absolutely horribly simplistic as she was compared to what other Prime toys were against their animation models. She was a sacrificial lamb to get that case of deluxes to be able to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can
To
see
do-
that.
You're talking about doing the case assortment.
Yeah, it's because again, that's something else they have to look at. For us to sell for us to sell this case of 8 breakers for classified to Target, we need this much money. Okay, fine, but Target may not want all those cases.
Well, let me ask you something. For the first iteration of Cosmos, because we started with Cosmos, we're going to end with it.
Mm-hmm.
The first alliteration, he was 1 per case. Why do you do that?
At this point, it's almost like everyone's in on the joke.
Yeah, I get it. You want to sell more cases. Sell the cases. If they sell them, I don't give a crap. If you don't, I don't give a crap. If you put them on clearance, I don't care. And that's when the retailers have to figure out, all right, I just bought 12 figures. The one sold, the other 11 didn't. I guess I got to reduce them.
Yep.
And that's where you get retail.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I just think it's a lot of waste. That's kind of how I feel about that stuff. That's just my own opinion. Like, why I don't understand short packing. Never have. I don't understand.
Well, why? Why, if you have a Bumblebee that doesn't sell the last wave, you stick him in, and guess what? If you want the new figure, you got to buy a Bumblebee.
But explain, then riddle me this, Batman. Why do we get a bunch of the Devastation Optimus Primes all in one case assortment, and all of them sit on a shelf and pay more?
Because it's Optimus
some
Prime.
bonehead bought them.
Because it's Optimus Prime.
That's
why.
That's exactly, yes. So they plead to a company, whatever, and say, we're going to send you a whole case of Optimus Prime. He sells. And then it doesn't.
Nope.
And guess what? Hasbro goes, oh, I'm wiping my hands. You bought them.
Mm-hmm.
Sell them. And that's how that works.
Yeah. I see your point. It's just, to me, a lot of it is waste. Because how many of those are you going to find in clearance here halfway through the year?
How
Before
many
Christmas. You're going to find them on clearance everywhere, and everybody that spent $30-$40 getting that figure so they can review it are stuck now with a $10 toy because that's about what it's going to be worth. It isn't even worth the retail price. You see I'm getting that.
You say that, but they make like a lot more than that by reviewing the toy ahead of time.
No, I
So,
understand they do. Believe me, I get it.
My point is,
my
the
target already
whole
put-
idea of producing the toy, and it ending up in landfill because no one buys it.
Yeah.
Funko Pops.
Yep.
Oh, don't start. Don't.
No, he doesn't open that can of worms. That's like the Titanic right now. You want to talk about the Titanic of like the toy industry right now? Funko is it. They have
Good and bad.
they have cracked the hole, and most Funko Pops, because the toy store that I help out with their videos and also work at every now and then, they are literally, they don't want any Funko Pops at all. At all. Aftermarket is absolute trash on those. And it's because they made way too many. They flooded the market with a bunch of stuff that people don't really care about. And that's the problem with the industry, I think, in a lot of ways. You can even look at Hot Wheels. I don't know if you looked at Hot Wheels on those shelves. There's a ton of like the same freaking Hot Wheel. A ton of them. And I'm like, why? Why do they all have to be the same guy? You'll see like 3 or 4 pegs of the same car. Explain this to me. And half of those are just going to end up in the landfill because no one else is going to want them. They're going to end up in the landfill in the packaging because nobody's going to want them.
So, really quickly, days. There was treasure hunts. You had one car in a 24 pack. And except for first editions, you had nothing but old stock. And that's how they stole it to retailers. So people
Which I
would
think
jump.
they changed.
I don't know. I haven't done that in years.
I don't think they've changed it at all.
But the treasure hunts were the thing. And then the second was the first issue or whatever it was called. It was, that's what you wanted. Everything else was garbage. So you're talking like out of a 24 pack, 20 of them were garbage. And then they looked at them and went, well, you bought them, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And that's why they went on retail.
And I personally think that's just such a waste. It really is a waste.
Sure. Unfortunately, I see Transformers doing the same thing.
Oh yeah.
I do.
How many times, like Don was talking about Black Arachnid. That thing shelf formed. Like bad. Like, there were so many figures from like the past that I've seen stuff there in shelf form, like the '86 Bumblebee. My God, how many of those were on the shelves? They couldn't give the stupid things away because they're all over the place. That thing is like worthless at this point. Like, that's the point. Like, when you overproduce a figure, it doesn't help. You underproduce it, okay, it may bring up the rarity, but only to certain people that want it. And I'm just like, it's a waste of money, and it's a waste of time. I just think the companies anymore need to get their crap together when it comes to pre-orders. If you're going to cancel stuff, don't even announce it. Just be done with it and stop patronizing. I say patronizing people. That's what they're doing, really, at this point. They're not making a good name for themselves, company-wise. It's also killing real retailers, like, it messes up their name. You see I'm getting at? Like, it's not just, hitting one person. It is a trickle effect. And it's really, really ruining, I'd say, the toy industry in general, with pre-orders being dealt with what they are now. And it's been this way for a couple of years that I've noticed. Like, I don't know, did you guys ever have an issue where they said something was going to come out at a certain time and it came out way earlier and hit your bank account? Because there's some people that's had that happen before, where they were budgeting for a figure and all of a sudden it was released and like, where did this come from? It's supposed to like come out in like 6 months and it's already here. What? It doesn't make any sense. None of it has. And I think that's the biggest issue, I think, with pre-ordering and the whole cancellations and all this that's been going on. There's a reason why I don't do it anymore.
Yes, but that has more to do when they want to get your money as opposed to when the toy is ready, as opposed to the toy's ready, we're going to get your money.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
I mean, but has that happened to you? Like, you didn't have the money in your bank account allotted for that, and then all of a sudden it hit, and then you yanked it out, and it's like, where the hell, what I was budgeting for that in like 6 months, like, say you're buying something that's expensive,
I think you're talking about something entirely different than what we're talking about today, but yes.
No, it's on the same lines of pre-order. Because it's a pre-order thing. Don probably knows what I'm referring to.
I get it, but I kind of want to go into the pre-order, non-pre-order thing, and that's a whole other topic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking about cancellations and such, too. So, I mean, that's why I was...
part of it. I'm just saying.
I mean, it is part of it. Because you've got people that will cancel their pre-order because, they heard everybody's getting it and they don't have the budget for it, so they're going to cancel their pre-order because they're not budgeted for it. Does that make sense?
Well, then you bump right into the FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's like, I'm
if
just
we could do a whole thing on this.
yeah. I was just saying this because I know TJ Omega's actually had to deal with this before, where he budgeted for something, and you know you got bills to pay, and then all of a sudden your bank account gets hit for this, and it's like that's not supposed to hit till like, you know, you kind of schedule it. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it hits, yanks the money out, and it's like, oh great, now I got to sell a bunch of stuff to try to make up for this silly thing that they said was going to be released in 6 months, and all of a sudden it's already there. Does that make sense? It's not like they pre-pull the money already. It's like they budget for the money to be pulled in a few months, and it didn't happen. Didn't happen that way. It kind of really screws up pre-orders too, because I know that's been a big issue lately too. At least it's something I've heard of. I don't know if Don's heard this from anybody else, but this is something I have heard of as well.
Yeah. It's not going to get any better. The whole thing is going to be Russian roulette. Place an order, hope you get it. If you don't get it, reach out to your friends and see if they can help you. It shouldn't be this hard, but it is. And it's not going to get any better until something is done. The problem is, I don't know what that something could be, because you've got so many levels where everything can just implode. So
I agree.
hold on to your seat and let's see what. Like, I'm going to use a phrase so we can finish up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of living in interesting times.
You know, simplicity and boring was nice.
You know, if you want something, you look online, you buy it, boom. It's not that way anymore.
Sometimes you get fooled
just-
with what it looks like.
It's not even that. It's everyone wants to push stuff out before it's even completely developed, or, you know, release dates or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, I'm going to get this next month. And they go, oh, it's pushed back to end of the year. And you're like, okay, well, why did I buy from you? So there's that.
That or it's pushed forward, and then we're ready for it yet.
Right. And then don't even get me started with, we had these tariffs. Stop.
Yeah.
If you promise something for a certain price, that's what you do. Simple as that.
Well, there is one bright side. You were talking about products that aren't finished being sent out.
Sure.
We're not a video game podcast.
That is true.
Thank God.
True.
That is the biggest crapshoot I've seen. Because I'm a big video game guy. And that's a whole other can of worms. I could probably get on here with a few other people, or if we wanted to do something like that, we could talk about that.
No.
But, you know.
Yeah, I
Not
don't.
me.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just saying if we have to look for a silver lining, at least there's that.
Yeah. I just hope it doesn't go the way of the video game industry. Because if it does, it's not going to be pretty. Period. I mean, the music industry is already in shambles, so let's not cause the toy industry to crumble on top of it, because that's just not cool.
You are correct. Do you know what I have to say?
What's that?
Good night, everybody.
Don, you want to say your goodnights and we'll get out of here?
Yeah, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening to a bunch of old men yelling at clouds. Hopefully, we've provided some entertainment and maybe a nugget of wisdom. If you pan really, really hard, you'll find it. Help each other out with this stuff. It shouldn't be this hard. It is. Just help your fellows out, okay? Just don't be a Richard. Don't be a Richard.
Don't be a Richard.
Nope. Or a Heather. Well, anyway, you guys tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. You guys know how it goes. And we will holler at you all then.
Later all.
Peace.